Also, that change is painful, and this will be no different. In this world economy, we're watching the current occupant of the White House intentionally destroy allies, partnerships, and the world's economies and embrace an authoritarian leaders that less than 3 months ago were called out for their war crimes and human rights violations. So I could say my system could not come at a better time is an understatement. I believe that people now will see the corruption and destruction the 1% are perpetrating on our earth and to people at the expense of the masses, and that people now will be more open to this kind of thinking, where even 6 months ago this would be harder launch. So for that, I'm thankful that all the work I have done for the last 8 years will arrive at exactly the right time in history. Also, with the internet, the ability to reach every person globally is absolutely exciting. I have watched as our rich and shameless have taken advantage of every part of our shared world and stacked the cards against the average person. Not to mention our poor and developing nations, who these oligarchs have and continue to exploit and abuse in so many ways. I have walked with my kids through their lives and have seen how the system supports and also fails the most vulnerable. I was a registered nurse for many years and have worked in many areas, including diabetes, cancer care, hospice, and medical care. I have worked through clients throughout the lifespan and have advocated for equal access and care throughout my career. I have watched how the system is designed to fail the 99% of us and that the 1% change the rules all the time to their benefit, with no regard to how these decisions affect their employees and their families' lives. How the 1% making the decision to pay slave wages, forcing families to depend on social welfare programs while hoarding their wealth is the rot of our world. I have decided that it is of the utmost importance to get these videos out to the world as I watch my brothers and sisters in the United States choose hate and division over democracy, women, and human rights. The current occupant of the White House has warned that the economy in the U.S. will be tanked and there will be some financial suffering for their people. This also means the rest of the world will feel this financial hardship, and this will cause great chaos and hardship for the masses, and will cause people to feel desperate. I want to get this out before it's impossible, and that is why today with the internet, it is so very important. It will enable us to get the message out faster than at any time in history. I am sorry to see that this decision made by one country will have global impact on democracy around the world, that there is no time in history that this book is needed more. The global rich have no interest in fixing our world, lifting people up from poverty, enforcing human rights, or fixing their environmental footprints, so that our shared world is going to be sustainable for us and our kids. This financial sabotaging of the system by the 1% has to stop. They have convinced us that industry can justify paying slave wages while destroying our communities and families by causing us to live a harder life than we should. These 1%ers can pay slave wages, cut jobs, benefits, and pensions so that they can hoard more wealth than can be spent in several lifetimes. These 1%ers stop employees from forming unions so that they can treat their employees exactly how they are. Pay them low wages, give them crappy hours and shifts in unsafe workplaces. Avoid giving their employees full-time work with benefits, pensions, sick days, with no pushback, and this has to stop. People should be able to live a good life working full-time with benefits and pensions so that they are taken care of for their lifetime, and that their sweat and tears helping their employers maintain their wealth is rewarded in the end. That the 1% show the same loyalty as their employees show to them every day, representing them on the job. The 1%'s wage control and time theft go on because they have control of the whole system. And for them, it is all about greed at all costs, even at the cost of human abuse and extinction. The 1% have also put values on jobs and have devalued very essential services such as the agricultural, custodial, and textile industry, to name a few. These industries have taken advantage of these workers, generally minorities, by paying low wages and promoting generational poverty, lower quality of life, higher chronic diseases, and early morbidity and mortality. This kind of abuse of humanity and the earth is finally catching up, and we are now seeing and feeling the effects of this abuse that the 1% have perpetrated around the world. The poisoning of water, land, and air can no longer be ignored. We have to look deep within ourselves and ask, is this the kind of world that we want to leave our children? Can we honestly continue doing things the same way for much longer?